What's happening, everyone? So I'm standing here just outside the Osgood subway station, and I see a couple of Flexity Outlook streetcars over there. So I'm kind of in the downtown core. I wouldn't say the downtown core. I think that's mostly Bay Street, but yeah, those buildings are kind of tall, and you can see the financial district over in the distance where the BMO building is. So this here's University Avenue, and here's the 501, and this here is the Four Seasons Center. That's where they hold opera events. I've been inside that building many times. In fact, like when I was a little boy, my mom and I would go to that building every week after I dropped my dad off at work. Okay, I hope I don't get a copyright strike. It's only for a few seconds. But yeah, every week, my mom and I would go inside this building and they would hold a concert, and we would basically just sit there and watch the concert like it was something I would do every week. So that's pretty much the last time I've been inside this building right here. It's a well-known opera building. Anyways, I'm going to be walking on York Street in this video. Once I wait for this light to change, and I can hear a dog barking over there. I wonder if that's the legislative building. But I thought the legislative building is in Queen's Park. Oh, light's gonna change any second now. Oh, there's a Chinese riding on it, on the truck. Must be a Chinese company. Now this area here really feels like downtown. I say this because earlier this month I was walking along King Street and it didn't really look like downtown. I mean it did, but not so much. It was more residential than commercial. But there's a lot of commercial activities and and here's the financial district. The thing with those financial buildings, and same with the Globe and Mail building on King Street just east of Sherbourne, it's not strictly just for the company itself. Like, you know, the BMO building, it doesn't mean that the building is full of BMO people. Same with the Globe and Mail. The Globe and Mail building is not full of Globe and Mail people, because they only need a floor or two. Like, if you look at the old Globe and Mail building on on Front Street, Front and Spadina, there are only 2 levels in that Globe and Mail building. So when you're in downtown Toronto, other commercial activities will use the same building, and the BMO building, it's a little confusing, but it's either the Scotiabank or the BMO building, but there's what's called, I forget the name of the plaza. I think it's called First Canadian Place, something like that. I think First Canadian Place is either inside the BMO building or the Scotiabank building, but either way, I'll have to visit that building sometime. Smells like hot dogs here. It's a nice Thursday afternoon. Temperature's about 11 degrees centigrade. Yeah, temperature-wise, it's going to be a little bit boring for the time being, because temperatures are going to be ranging between 10 and 12 degrees for the remainder of the month, and first couple of days in May, we're supposed to have single-digit daytime highs. So it's going to be a little chilly to start off May, and it's going to be cloudy as well. And then it's supposed to rain this weekend. I don't really like when it rains on Sunday, because that just makes me feel like the name Sunday should be, the day of the week Sunday should be changed to rain day. I know I talked about it in my other video, so I'm not going to repeat the whole story. Wow, I didn't know they've been doing so much construction around here. They're always doing construction in downtown. So yeah, that's where Bay Street is, just on the back of the BMO building. Well, from my perspective, because it's easy to tell. Like, it's right on the corner of King and Bay, and Bay Street goes all the way down to Union Station, and Bay Street goes past Union Station, but it goes towards the waterfront, and same with York Street, it goes towards the waterfront. Now, York is a very, very common name in Toronto. Like, we've got the York boroughs, you got the boroughs York, North York, East York, and here you've got York Street. And of course there's Royal York. And then we're Vaughan and Markham and Richmond Hill. It's in the York region. So York is a very common name used in this city. Now here's the National Bank building. Now, National Bank is not as popular as the other banks like Scotiabank, RBC, TD, and whatnot. But it's still part of the financial district. Oh, and I'm now on King Street. I have to wait for this light to change. There we go. King and Queen is just so close to each other. Like, it really is. Or maybe it's Queen and Dundas that's close to each other. Now, I think the closest distance is like Queen and Dundas, because I remember walking through that Eaton Centre, and you can walk from one subway station to the other in the Eaton Centre, and it's not even that long of a walk. I don't remember if I ever walked down this street before, despite the many of times I've been to downtown Toronto. I mean, I probably have driven through this street, but you know, I never kept track of what streets I drove by when I was a kid. Okay, now we got some antique looking buildings here with the revolving doors. Oh, there's the Billy Bishop Airport shuttle. It looks like it might be operated by Nova Bus. It looks like it's made by Nova Bus because of the design, you know. Yeah, Nova Bus has been heavily involved over the last years. There's no Nova buses in Miami, but there's some in Windsor, and then there are Nova buses in Edmonton, and there's some in Saskatchewan as well. Billy Bishop Airport only handles like 2 airlines, Porter and Air Canada Express. And now that over there is Union Station. There's even the entrance to Union Station. Hey, say, I've never actually been inside this elevator there. I didn't even know this existed. You know what? Maybe I should just get on the elevator. Does this even work? It says automatic door, but it doesn't seem to open. I have to open it manually. Sometimes the automatic doors just don't work. Okay, it feels a little humid in here. It's kind of stuffy. But you've never been inside. I didn't even know this entrance existed. Looks like it's made by the same makers that make the Toronto subway elevators, because, you know, of the design inside. I mean, I know it's a hydraulic elevator. Oh, you know what? I think this might take you to Queens Quay Ferry Docks. Actually, no, that's not right. I know there's Queens Quay Station around here somewhere. Okay, I'll probably have to go back upstairs. Because I know if you take the 509 streetcar, there's a station called Queens Quay, and man, is it so hot in here. And basically, Queens Quay, it's basically like a subway platform, but you just go down the stairs, then that's where you board the streetcar. Wow, this intersection here is crazy. There's one crosswalk that goes there, then you go there, then this way. Okay, I don't want to be filming in front of a police officer. I mean, I don't think they're going to say anything, but I don't really feel comfortable with that. Now this here is the Royal York Hotel. It looks very grand. You know, I think I've actually been to the Royal York Hotel. Like, I never stayed in it, but I think but I do remember there was like one time I went with my grandfather to a restaurant inside a hotel, and I'm pretty sure it was the Royal York Hotel that I've been to before. Like, I have a feeling the Royal York Hotel does have a restaurant in it. I'm not exactly sure. That CIBC building looks new. And it's kind of far from it's a distance away from the financial district. It looks brand new. These are my favorite style of buildings, by the way, how they're all made of glass. Wow, it's very busy around here. But I mean, it's only Thursday, so I don't understand why it's so busy. Other than the fact that a lot of people are working. Because, you know, there's a lot of office buildings, commercial activities around here. I don't know, I just find this area is a little busy for a Thursday afternoon. Well, look at that, the CN Tower. So close by. This is the walkway that takes you towards the CN Tower and the Rogers Center and Ripley's Aquarium. I've used it before. You guys have even seen it in my videos from a couple weeks ago. I'll just walk through here. Find a little bit overwhelming on the street. I think this right here might be the Path Network. I can hear either a GO train or a VIA train coming in. That cannot be the subway that I hear, because the subway's below us. I mean, look at this. Sidewalk is so narrow, and there's more space in here. Whoa, that guy just barely dodged me. You gotta be very careful with the electric scooters. You don't want to be riding by too fast. Now this over there is Scotiabank Arena, where they play the Leafs game. A lot of people have been talking about the Leafs very recently. I think the Leafs might have won some sort of achievement, but as you can see, I'm not a Leafs fan, so I don't know any of that stuff. But I do know a lot of people have been talking about the Maple Leafs very recently. They're going on and on about it.
I feel like I might have a bit of context onto that.
I'm not too much of a sports fan. The only time I really go out for sports is like every 4 years when we have the World Cup. I'm more of a World Cup fan, but it only happens every 4 years. I must say, downtown is not downtown without all this music and people surrounding me and a lot of traffic. That's when you really feel the vibe. This here's Maple Leaf Square. You see, there's even this ad for the Leafs playoffs. But don't we have like the playoffs almost every week? I don't even see any clouds in the sky today. Not one cloud in the sky. Maybe there is, you just can't see it because the buildings are in the way. But it's a perfectly sunny day. What a nice way to end off the month. Obviously today's the 27th, so after that we only have 3 more days to go. 3 more days left of the month. Okay, so now we made it to Lakeshore Boulevard West. And just east of here is the GO Bus terminal that was built in opened in 2020. I actually checked it out in late 2020, and then the GO station at Kipling, the new bus terminal at Kipling Station, was opened in early 2021. I can see myself here in the reflection. I don't understand why I look so tiny. I look like I'm 4'2" or something. I mean, obviously the reflections tend to make you look shorter. Okay, so that's Harbor Street. I think that's where York Street ends. I think it ends around somewhere here. Oh boy, look at that. We got a traffic jam. Now people have to walk around the cars. Well, I'm not going to be doing that because I'm going to be crossing this street, but this is how annoyed I feel every time I have to cross the street during a traffic jam. I don't like having to walk around cars. It looks like I'm tracing the Miami Metromover map. Because everybody has to go around the cars. Oh, that car looks electric. I mean, it might be because it's very quiet. And there's the RBC building. I have a feeling they relocated some of these buildings because I'm pretty sure the RBC building used to be in the same area in the financial district where BMO and the Scotiabank building is. I think they might have relocated those buildings. Although I could always check Google Maps Street View, because when you look at Google Maps Street View, you could always travel back in time and see what the streets looked like before, you know? We're about done now, and that's where York Street will end. What street is this over there? It's Queens Quay West. And you can see Toronto Islands from here. Okay, so I think this is gonna conclude my video for today. So, you know what? I think I actually have been in this neighborhood before because one time my brother and I went canoeing towards Toronto Islands. So I think I might have been in this neck of the woods, and obviously that's a 509 streetcar. No, it's a 510. Well, 510, 509. I think they both run around here. The 509 stops at Queens Quay Station, which is basically the platform just coming out of Union Station. But yeah, I have definitely been here before, so this is going to conclude my video. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more vids. And yeah, that'll be it. Take care, everyone.